Alright, nephews, welcome to Scroll 55. I usually don't make 2 scrolls back-to-back days, but I ain't gonna lie. Today was one of them days where I had to hop back on the mic. Before I get into anything, make sure you follow the podcast and leave a rating if you haven't already. That shit really helps me out. Now listen, today was a productive ass day. Like genuinely productive. It started this morning. I told y'all I was meeting with that Christian dude, the cool Christian guy. Brother, I linked up with him, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that was one of the most engaging conversations I've had in a long time. You know when you're talking to somebody and time just disappears. Like you look up and you're like, damn, we've been sitting here how long? That was this conversation. And that's rare for me, because most people I talk to these days are kinda basic. Same talking points, same opinions, same surface level shit. But the way this dude thinks, the way the conversation kept expanding. Nigga, I swear if our brains were actually radiating electricity, that coffee shop would have blown the fuck up. That bitch would have exploded. That's how hard our minds were working. And this was a big moment for me because this was the first outsider I've ever truly shown deep-fried logic to. Like really opened myself up. We watched the content together. And it was cool. Like, genuinely cool. Because I don't know if y'all remember, maybe scroll 20, 21, I talked about how showing Christians deep-fried logic would make my skin crawl. I cuss. I ask uncomfortable questions. I'm not polished. So in my head I was bracing for the you low-key going to hell reaction. But nah, he was accepting, curious, open. And then he started telling me his story, how he got thrust into the faith world, how at first he was pretending, and how that pretending actually led him into real faith, which is kinda crazy when you think about it. And the way he explained Christianity, he broke it down in a way my creative brain could actually grasp. He finds meaning in small things like I do. The difference is, instead of making worldly observations, he ties everything back to the Bible. Low-key felt like I was talking to a Christian version of deep-fried logic. And that shit was refreshing. I walked away from that realizing something. I think I'm at the very beginning of restarting my social life. That was the first real hangout I've had in a minute. Braces off, smile right, confidence coming back. That felt like step 1. And not to sound cocky, but it also felt good meeting someone on my level. Not one-sided. Not me preaching. We sharpened each other. Now, he did say one thing that made me uncomfortable. He talked about surrendering to God, and then he said something that stuck with me. He said some people don't just make art, they worship their art. Some people don't just feel pain, they worship their pain. And that shit made me pause, because I had to ask myself, am I worshiping my pain? I listened to artists like NBA Youngboy, Jelly Roll, niggas who are constantly hurting, constantly bleeding in their music. And it made me think, are they processing pain, or are they glorifying it? Because I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it feels good to sit in your pain. It feels familiar. It feels productive. But then I had to zoom out and think like, damn, one day I gotta stand in front of God. And all I want is for him to understand me. I was asking questions. I was trying to make sense of everything. I was processing existence in real time. This is the way my brain works, Lord. I wrestle with God. But I'll never let go. That conversation planted a seed. I don't know what it's gonna grow into yet. But it mattered. After that, I went to my mama's house. And listen, that Hattie B's chicken from yesterday. The bomb detonated this morning. Twice. I said, nah. I still had one piece left, so I hit my mama like, Mama, you want this chicken? I don't have time to battle my stomach another day. She said, yeah, come on over. Pulled up, gave her the chicken, chopped it up with her. But bro, my mama works too damn hard. She got this big job, always busy, and she getting older. If this job wear my mama out, we rioting. I'm telling all my nephews to pull up to her job, and we're all gonna take a shit on their conference table as a community. I'll go first. That'll send a message. After that, I hit another coffee shop. Locked in. Deep-fried logic, life, organization. Now, last night I watched Whiplash. And bro, that movie is really about how chasing validation can kill you. Dude wanted excellence so bad that he was willing to bleed for it. Crash cars, destroy relationships, hate himself. Because the people giving validation can always move the goalpost. So you chasing something that never sits still. That shit hit me. Because how many of us doing that right now? Chasing approval, metrics, comments. Then today I see this meme that said, hating is free. That's why broke people do it so well. And it made me laugh. But it also made me sad. Because right after that, I see people frying Kai Cenat for trying to read. Brother, niggas calling him performative. Like, his whole life is performative. He's a streamer. What are we talking about? He's trying to better himself out loud, and niggas roasting him for it. And half the niggas roasting him can't read either. When you already established, it's scary to try new shit publicly. Because you gotta be bad before you're good. And this generation hates watching people try. That's why everybody anxious. That's why nobody moves. I respect Kai. He inspires people. And the niggas hating, they throwing rocks from behind keyboards with no consequences. And karma always circles back. Before I go, man. This Cougar from one of my old jobs just followed me on Instagram. I don't have time for this shit. Leave me alone. You got Unk by 30 years. I know what you want, lady. You want to ride on Unk's strudel. Well, it's not happening. I'm not following her back. Pray for me, nephews. I don't have answers yet, but I know I'm asking better questions. That being said, man, keep God first. Be a real nigga. Do the right thing, and don't stop. Because once you stop, your dreams stop. Have a good night, nephews. Unk loves you, and if you can, buy a wristband.